So this would be episode 6. Hopefully, some of the others were worth catching. You've seen them, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't really done a lot since previous episode. Just basically, I just started up and started recording just to see what happens. I had sand here a second ago. Sand. There we go. So, sand. Sadly, there is no snad in this pack. Snad would make the make cacti and sugarcane grow faster. Oh look, stuff. Ooh, ender pearls. I need to organize my stuff. So today's plan is basically to even the odds. You notice that all of the mobs basically, are better armed than me, which is not a great plan. So we're going to explore tech guns just a little bit. So ammo quest, we got that from mob drops, guns. This is a checkbox task. So nothing there, but that opens up hand cannons. Hand cannons are actually fairly easy to make. They've got a slow reload time. They do, I think, 4 or 5 damage. And they're not very accurate, but they give you a fairly good way to throw down some damage at range. And I'm not sure, but I think every time you fire a gun, it raises mob spawn rates locally. So let's see what we need for that hand cannon. I remember it was fairly simple. Tech guns. So you'll notice that a bunch of the textures are missing, and I seem to recall that the guns are actually, among those. You'll see wooden stock, flint and steel, stone barrel. Wooden stock is 3 logs of any sort. Oh, I might actually just make one while I'm at it. Let's pull some of these out because I seem to recall that I need some. I seem to recall that the barrel. The barrel is, is that. So now I need a flint and steel, which is of course very complicated at 1 piece of flint and 1 piece of iron. Flint and steel. So the flint and steel would basically substitutes as the trigger mechanism. Hand cannon. Next part of the quest is ammunition. These would be stone bullets. Stone bullets are very easy to craft. I think it's actually cobblestone. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So stone bullets are simply this arrangement here. You can make them in a 4 square. Some of the recipes that I've run into require a 3x3 grid and specific locations in the 3x3 grid, but this one does not. And now we can claim this quest. I choose the gunpowder here because for gunpowder, what gives you each piece of gunpowder is 16 rounds for the hand cannon. So, and cobble is fairly plentiful. So stone bullets seem pointless. So you'll notice that it has a damage bar. As far as I can tell, the guns do not take damage. If you attempt to fire, it reloads. Right-clicking also reloads, and so does hitting R as the default. So I'm going to come down here and find something hostile. I'm pretty solid there's something hostile. Oh yeah, there was a creeper down here, so enjoy that. Now, one of the reasons that I suspect that firing the gun changes spawn rates temporarily is when I fire the gun, if you'll watch, all of the red X's, which mark spawnable locations, turn white. So I'm presuming that this means that they, in fact, yeah, always remember to reload, that they that something has changed with them, whatever that may be. Let's have some sticks, more torches, because cave, and we've had the cave stick discussion, cave torch discussion. So Hexite is pretty good stuff as far as a material to make pickaxes with. It is on the high end of the curve as far as mining materials in magnet in Caverns 2. That's the mod, Caverns 2. I think I can make more sticks out of something later, I guess. More tin. So one of the things to be on the lookout for, especially in the early part, is silver. Not specifically for the silver itself, but because silver and lead are usually together. And you need lead to make bullets. We'll show you. Rifle rounds, sniper rounds, pistol rounds. So it requires 1 lead ingot, basically copper for the casing, and gunpowder for primer, whatever you would have it. So without lead, you're basically unable to fire your guns. Now you've seen the let me demonstrate. So what I am attempting to demonstrate here is basically just how far off the shots go, the spread, as it were. Unfortunately, the range is fairly solid, so you can hit many of the vanilla mobs before they can see you. Downside is, though, I suspect that most of the tech gun monsters can see a lot further. Oh, more crystals. So these are neon. And I think that some of the other ones were alutine. I don't need arrows. I'm pretty solid about that. I can farm bones. This could give me something cool. Stone I have a lot of. I am pretty much not taking the salt for now. Jungle sapling. That actually is pretty useful. I'm going to hold on to the brick because I don't know when I'll be able to do brick. Technically, I can farm ink sacks, I guess. But I have seeds going. So that's food. I'm going to shuffle that there. I have no way of turning mallow berries into more plants. So they're basically very low quality food. So when I have them, especially in singletons, I'll swap them out for a larger stack of higher quality food in order to just make better use of my inventory space. Oh, so you'll notice that he also is carrying the same sort of gun. So part of my goal with all of this is to not necessarily go out and mine everything at just this moment, but to light it up, because, well, that's a bad time waiting to happen. Yeah, that is very bad. Because poison is a good way to die. Let's see if I can light up some of this while they're trapped. Ah, shit. No, I'm not poisoned. That's bizarre. Very strange. So, remembering our lesson from before, I'm just going to light the daylights out of this corner. It's in the chest. More beetroot seeds. Iron. 5, 6, 7. Not quite enough to consolidate that so that I can stack it. So, honestly, I'm going to mark this anyway. Is this a cave spider? Yeah. So, I am particularly disinclined to destroy spawners, even when they are particularly nasty ones like that. Now, string is going to be an issue later, and if you'll notice, I have string following me around, so I'm just going to take it home. If I can remember where home is. Always reload. So, and I would teleport, but teleporting means that none of this stuff will follow me. So let's go up here for now. Yeah, I think this looks familiar. I didn't even have to stop and ask for directions. So, gunpowder, string, coal, more gunpowder. Seven. Let's fix this so it stacks. At some point I'll actually just make compacting drawers. 7. 9. Alright, so hexite. You can make tools with it. You'll notice that the damage for the hexite sword is fairly impressive. Armor is just off the charts. I don't recall how much durability it has, but I seem to recall that the reason for this is just the cavern 2 creatures. I don't know if you guys have seen me fight one yet. I can't remember. They are exceptionally tough. There's cave bears out there, but there's a template for all of the base mobs, and they just are filled with, an angry desire to kill things, specifically players, more specifically me. Bricks. So we're up to 10. 2 more pieces of string, and I can make a bed. So one of the ways to deal with string is if I get 1 beat, and I'm willing to use 4 pieces of string. So this gives me red cloth. Now I come up over here to blockheads, and I go market. This is much like the Pam's market. You want to have a space available for a villager to come up behind it. I'm not sure why there's a villager. But there is. I'm actually going to put it here because I do not need him getting killed. Unlike the Pam's market, this one actually has a search bar, which is perhaps my favorite function. And for the cost of 1 emerald, you can pretty much have, most... Try not to shoot him. So, emerald, cotton seeds. String problem mostly solved. So you can look through by seeds. As you can see, I think I mentioned this earlier, hemp is not a thing that I can get here. I do believe it has most of the Pam's things. And now that I'm thinking about it, it also doesn't have carrots and potatoes. So that's a thing. It does have like the various bushes. You can see that the cost for the bushes is slightly higher. Various saplings, dark oak saplings. I imagine that I will not have to buy any saplings because, as you can see, I'm starting to amass quite a collection of them. I thought I had a dark oak sapling. Yeah, so I've got one. Dark oak is perhaps the most annoying one, mostly because you need 4 of them. At least with the jungle saplings, you can plant 1. It requires 9, so I'd have to make it higher. And eventually you can work your way up to 4. With the dark oak saplings, you're pretty much stuck until you get extras. So one of the reasons that I'm generally okay with appetite, as far as in this pack, one, I guess at some point I may have to do forestry. 2, and more importantly, the cotton seeds, or the cotton plants, do not give you seeds. There is no useful recipe that I can get to right now. You know, this may give me a chance of having extra ones, but until then, pretty much hosed. But what I can do is I can take this appetite. It's the other way around. There we go. And now I have bone meal. Lots of bone meal. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. I'll need buckets. So as you can see, I'm just not very organized. All of my stuff is just randomly everywhere. But this is how I solved my string problem. Very exciting, I know. So that's 63. Uses, I seem to, yeah. So when it gives you the option, it is more efficient to do this because you can convert it back into string, and you make extra string out of the deal doing that. You basically, for every 3 pieces of cotton, it gives you a 4th one free doing this combination, which is not especially important, I guess, but it does get me to my bed. And I suppose that's important. Now I will be spawning here instead of in here. So as far as this, what I probably will end up doing is making some sort of collection area for them, so that when they're trying to get to me, I can collect them in a very easy to kill location. Probably some sort of like drop pit or something that comes under this wall. I don't know if there's any like fans that I can use. I may simply have to use myself as bait when I want them to do that. and then maybe some redstone lanterns in the floor so as to not obscure spawn locations, but so that I can turn the spawner off when I need to. Which is like mostly because mobs get super annoying. So I have no idea what I'm going to use the string for, but it will probably be more useful than appetite, which I have a million of anyway. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks for coming to visit. You know, comments, questions, concerns. Um, leave them on the video. I'll read it. There's this great feature where they actually notify you when somebody comments. I will probably even reply. Probably. All right. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. I'll take care of it. Try to. If I'm doing something horribly wrong, then, let me know. Try to take care of it. Have a good night.